Assalamu alaikum, dear cadet. Very good morning. Hope you all are very fine. Okay. So today we are going to learn voice change. You are introduced with this term. You have heard the term from the very beginning of your English grammar. So if we want to learn voice change, we need to know some specific term, that is voice and then change. What is voice? In Bangla, voice means baccho. The expression or the term which we use to express the mode of verb, কর্ম বা ক্রিয়া যেভাবে সম্পন্ন হচ্ছে, ক্রিয়া সম্পন্ন হওয়ার যে ধরন সেটা এক্সপ্রেস করার যে ধরন আমাদের সেটাকে আমরা বলছি ভয়েস। And এই voice, there are two kind of voice. What are they? Number one, active and then passive. What is active voice? Active voice, where the subject is active in the work. যেখানে কর্তা, the Bangla of subject is কর্তা, কর্তা নিজে কাজ সম্পন্ন করে তাকেই বলা হয় active voice. And where the subject is not active, the subject will remain passive or নিষ্ক্রিয়, সেখানে আমরা বলবো সেটা passive voice. So active voice and passive voice. And change, পরিবর্তন. You will be given a sentence in active voice, you have to change the sentence in passive, and vice versa, you will be given a sentence in passive voice and you have to change the sentence in active voice, that is voice change. So in case of voice change, we have to notice different terms. First, let me write a sentence. In active sentence, if I write a letter, I write a letter. This is a sentence. This is a complete assertive sentence. Here we have to find out, in case of voice change, we have to find out first subject and then verb. What is the verb and what is the object? In our sentence, I write a letter. A letter, this is the object. How to identify an object? This is one most important thing in case of voice change. We have to identify the object properly or correctly. If we can't identify the object, then the sentence will be wrong. What we are going to change, that sentence is going to be wrong. So we have to identify the object properly. How we can identify the object in a sentence? Very easy. We have to ask the question with what and whom. কি এবং কাকে। কি এবং কাকে, what and whom, এই দুইটা ওয়ার্ড দিয়ে আমরা কোশ্চেন করব. If we get the answer, then it will be object, otherwise there is no object in the sentence. And now the terms of changing, how will we change the sentence? And another thing, we have to identify the mode of verb. The verb is in which tense? We know the tense. There are 12 kind of tense. At first 3 kind of tense, present, past and future, and then all the tenses are also divided in 4 categories. In that terms there are 12 kind of tense. So I write a letter, this is a sentence. We have to find out the verb, this verb write, this write verb is in which tense? Present indefinite or past indefinite or future indefinite? So this object, this one is object, this object will become at the place of subject and this subject will go at the place of object. In that case, In that case, when subject will go at the place of object, this object will take the form of objective form. That is, another term is coming, case of pronoun. Case of pronoun. We know case of pronoun, there are three kind of case of pronoun, three types, that is nominative, objective and possessive. Nominative, objective and possessive. Nominative form of pronoun will always be at the position of subject. Objective form will be in the place of object, and possessive form will be used anywhere with a noun, another noun. So when this subject will go at the place of object, this pronoun will take the objective form. That is, this I will be me. And later, then me. Here we will remember one thing, object will always be added through a preposition. Usually it takes preposition by, and sometimes it takes another any other preposition, that is to, with or some other preposition. But usually it take by. So object has come at the place of subject, and subject has also gone at the place of object. Now verb. What will we do with this verb? I told you earlier that we have to find out the tense of the verb. This verb is in present indefinite tense. How will we understand that this verb is in present indefinite tense? We know the structure of tense. That is, in present indefinite tense, the structure will be subject plus verb, base form of the verb, and sometimes s or es if it is the subject is third person singular number, and then object. Here we have subject and base form or present form, then object. So this one is in present indefinite tense. And to make this sentence in passive form, we have to bring the verb in passive voice. In passive voice, the verb will always be in past participle form. There is no other term, no other form. In passive voice, the verb will always be in past participle form. So written. And then we will use some be verb. What will be those be verb? According to the tense, in present indefinite tense, there are some specific be verb we are going to use. In past indefinite tense, there are also some specific be verb we are going to use. In present indefinite tense, we will use am, is, are. Anyone, am, is, are. According to the subject, we will use be verb. Here, a later, this one is third person singular number. That's why we will use is. A letter is written by me. So you see, am, is, are. Am, is, are. Am will be used with I, we know. Is will be used in third person singular number, and are will be used in other plural number. Okay? I can show you another sentence, that is, if we use here, as I have told you, object will come at the place of subject and subject will go at the place of object. A later, then by me. Wrote. Which tense is it? Wrote. This one is in past indefinite tense. What is the structure of past indefinite tense? Subject plus past form of the verb and then object. Here, wrote. We know write, wrote, written. Three form of the verb. This wrote is in past indefinite tense. So we will bring what in past indefinite tense. In case of passive voice, we will bring was or were. Was or were. Was or were, and then written. Written. So a letter. This is third person singular number. That's why we will use was, not were. Clear? Okay. So in our next class, we will go through other tense and we will discuss them gradually. Thank you.